Hello and welcome to another Assetto Corsa video. Today we are doing European GT4 Championship. So yeah, basically in a bracket between 400 and 500 horsepower. We're still doing GT4s, this time it's European Championship, so that means a lot of cars, a lot of different brands, basically all the European brands. And yeah, I think this is gonna be really interesting. We have Hockenheim, we have Nurburgring, Red Bull, and Brands Hatch, all GP layouts, so all the main layouts of these tracks. We're playing a 90% difficulty, 23 aggression. We're playing with the wheel G923. And yeah, it's basically it. We're using some traction control, some ABS. And yeah, let's go and see what we can do. We're using Guerrilla mods that are homologated to the GT League. So yeah, they're heavily modified in terms of aero, in terms of the tires. And yeah. They're way less aggressive than before. I don't know why, some cars were so freaking aggressive, but yeah. If we're using this one, should be, yeah. This is the aero that, let's show all the setup. But, yeah, this is, the idea also is using this aero, and yeah, for these cars, it's proven to work the best with the AI. So yeah, very complicated AI. You always need to look what works best with the AI, what kind of aero. Every car, they like different kind of aero, and yeah, something you need to find balance between OP and underpowered, so that they're just right, not too fast, not too slow. Yeah, basically giving them the setup with the default setup, basically. So they use the default setup that is balanced, and yeah, like I'm happy, they're happy, and we're all happy. I'm gonna cheat here because this is just too messy. If I wouldn't, cheat, if I try not to cheat, then I'm risking, getting killed by these guys because they don't really see me. Oh no. Damn. That's totally my fault, but yeah, getting used to these cars. I played with a lot stronger cars recently, GT3s, and they have way better brakes. I am gonna need some time to get used to this. I need to brake with really, okay, this guy. Maybe I brake too much, oh my gosh. We have some crashes in here, some incidents. I caused one, I caused one. Yeah, let's go. I have to say, I do have a bug with Guerrilla mods. That was of course even before I changed it, I modded. It was even worse before because of the original aero on Guerrilla mods, these GT4s, and definitely it's caused by the aero. I get stuttering from time to time when the cars end up in the pits, or I don't know, or I get closer to some cars, or they get closer to me. I will get stuttering. So yeah, I don't know. Like I changed the aero, now all the cars have the same aero, or I use like 3 sets of the aero that worked better, that I didn't notice so much stuttering, but it still happens sometimes. I thought I fully fixed it, but nope. Okay, damn, I can't even brake in there. I need to brake sooner. Not even sure am I gonna win here because yeah, it's kind of fast. Maybe these cars are also too OP in here now. But that's then the problem, yeah, because they're okay on the other tracks. So yeah, it's fine. And the track is maybe, but I think track is fine. So this track is using original AI, but I did some hints to make it faster because the AI was too slow. If you can believe that. But, okay. Yeah. There are some tracks that actually do have a somewhat slow AI, but most of them they have like really fast AI, faster than Kunos, but yeah, this one is one of those. I think it's only this one and the Willow Springs that I know that actually it's slower AI. Okay, normally what we get. But damn, yeah, I was working on Tachigi. Oh my god, that is the track that, like Tachigi East, I think it's called. When I always struggle, and when I opened the hints, oh my god, what the guy did. Like, he made crazy hints, like, wow. Like, the AI is driving way above the limits, so yeah, I changed that, you know, and now it's so nice. Like, what the hell? So yeah, you have for the hints for the AI between like you can go from like 0 or 0.10 to 1.0, and everything below 80, 0.80 is gonna be really slow. And I normally put like 85 to 90, but this guy, to make them fast, he did above 1.0, so he did 1.5, 1.05, 1.08 on some corners. That is insanely fast. That's why I struggled so much, because yeah, that is so fast. Like, that is professionally fast. Like, I would have to be a pro to be able to keep up with them. Like, even on the lower difficulties I couldn't, so I just went from the, I don't know, 0. I still had to actually leave it above 1.0 because the AI on that track otherwise is too slow, but instead of 1.08 I put like 1.02 or 4, and that was enough. So yeah, it's without the hints the AI is really slow in Tachigi. So yeah, interesting thing. But yeah, if you ever work on a track, always check the hints first, if the track does have hints, because yeah, you can start working on a track and maybe the AI spline is not even the problem. Maybe the problem is just hints. You can just tweak a little bit. Okay, now when the tires are warmed up, we actually don't even need to brake. That's so good. But I do have issue with tires warming up. Okay, I have enough fuel. Just spray there for a moment. The AI is okay. I was afraid a little bit at first. We're gonna get smoked in here, but it's fine. Yeah. I think I really reached now the really nice level in this game. Like, I have the wheel and I have almost all the events sorted out, man. The game feels so good, like it feels so amazing. With the AI, yeah, it's so nice. Like this is like if you would imagine in Gran Turismo, if you have Gran Turismo 7 and then the AI that actually has some aggression, like in Gran Turismo the AI will just let you pass, they're not even trying to do anything, but in here they're trying to defend position even if they're fast as you are. So yeah. Or at least when you're closer to them, they're gonna still try to defend. Not like in here now. Yeah, in here we didn't really have a good race. Yeah, in this one the AI is just not that good. 8 seconds advantage already I have. But it's not always like this, even in here. When I did it last time, even before I buffed the AI, it wasn't like this. I guess I just got lucky this time around. But yeah, some tracks are really good, like Bathurst and I don't know, like Brands Hatch. We have a Brands Hatch later in here. I think it's the last race. It's really nice. You really have to drive good to win in Brands Hatch. Nine seconds, wow, what the hell are they doing? I tested GT3s also. Actually, I didn't test this one. This one I did before the buff. But I did the GT3s after the buff and it was so nice. I did GT3s before the buff and after. And they were faster. But yeah, I don't know. But it's not always the same. Like sometimes they're really bad. It just happens. But I don't think I had any stuttering, so that's good. Okay. Let's do some outside camera. Basically, I could do 55s. Yeah, they were bad, really bad. If I was doing my best, that would be super bad. My advantage would be even higher. But I guess it happens sometimes. That's like this. Back to pits. One guy stole. That's the guy I killed. Just happens sometimes. Nothing you can do. Okay. And the next one is Nurburgring. It's just how you call it, DLAA mod that is using internet to work and sometimes just loses the connection. I'm also downloading something, so yeah. But yeah, this game is built on mods, and yeah, you can have some, mods are basically holding the game, but it's nice to have them. They make the game great, but also, they can be they can conflict, you can have all sorts of problems with this game. Ah! Mr. BMW was too fast. There's no way I could pass him in there. And yeah, now this guy. That was really bad. Yeah. This is the corner where they're slow. The previous one where they're fast. So. Not good. Come on, focus, man. The beginning of the race is always kind of hard because you're just trying to find your pace, and there are these AI cars that are just, you know, they're already on the pace, and yeah, have to be very careful not to push it, you know, don't get killed, keep your position, survive these few corners, maybe even an entire lap. If you don't win, it's fine. Probably not gonna win here because, yeah, look at these guys. I had a really bad start, like really bad start, but it's fine. You can't always win, you can't always have a perfect start. Yeah, I scared this guy a little bit, and now I think I can pass in 8 seconds. It's also really hard with these tracks. The imbalance between the racing cars and road cars. So this track now may be a little bit strong, you know, a little bit there. It can be a little bit OP for the race cars, but then road cars, if you go just with road cars, you win too easy. I think it's that maybe tires and aero in road cars, it's not well optimized in mods. So most people just making the mods for road cars to be like used in free roam and yeah, free roam, no hessing, not really made to race with them. But then when you try to race with these mods, you see that between the cars they're quite inconsistent, and it takes time to, especially if you have a lot of cars on the grid, and you have to work on each car and make them competitive between themselves. It can be really challenging to do that. But damn, I'm not gaining anything on the leader. Nothing. Yeah. Never mind. I had a really bad start. This track is like that with race cars. I really have to have a good start on that first corner. I really have to like overtake a lot of them, get to the 6th place ASAP, and then they slow down. It's like in Gran Turismo. The closer you are to them, actually in Gran Turismo is the opposite. In Gran Turismo is the closer you are to them in Gran Turismo, the faster they are. So the further you are from them, the slower they get, so you can catch them. But in here it's the opposite, and that's broken. I don't know why Kunos did that. Like, the further I am from the leader, the faster he gets in here. Like, that is so broken. Like, I hate that. And that is the only thing that is ruining the AI, among other things. But yeah, for the most part I fixed the AI. It's not that aggressive anymore, but you know, that is so annoying. Oh no, 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 no. God damn it. The brakes on this thing are so bad. and I gained like 1 second. Yeah, the leader really ran away, and that will happen if you let him. If you don't catch him, you need to get to the like 5th place or 6th. You need to get like in the second lap or something. Otherwise, he's just gonna run away. I mean, they are rubber banding in here. Also, they're not gonna be. They're gonna slow down most of the time, but not always. You know, they do first 2 laps good, that they mess up the last 2 laps. If you run 4 laps or more, it's gonna be easier, but still. It doesn't even happen always, so no track. I still haven't really figured out how. I think it's the ice line. Fast lane is determining that, but how exactly to achieve to have the more resistance, I'm still not sure. But you know, you don't have to win in every race anyway. But yeah, it is what it is. Still, yeah, it's still better than in Gran Turismo 7. Like, they're not trying to even race you or anything. Only leader in Gran Turismo 7 will race you. It should be enough. Like where I brake just now. I did it the last time as well. Who knows? But yeah, I wanted to say, like in Gran Turismo 7, they just don't have this aggression. I think it's because of the racecraft. Like, they know, you know, that, you know, like Polyphony Digital, their goal is to make Gran Turismo to be like accessible sim where people start, you know. That's the sim you're gonna start with. So they know your racecraft is not that good, and that's why the AI is not trying to defend. It's not overly aggressive, because if the AI would be like in ASSETTO CORSA, and if even the people that are like good drivers in ASSETTO CORSA, they get killed by the AI because they just don't pay attention on the AI. They don't think they need to have the racecraft as there in online lobby or even in real life they're racing, because if you leave the room for the AI in ASSETTO CORSA, he will attack that. The AI will always attack no matter how little room you left. So you either don't leave anything to them, or if you leave, then just let them pass, because when they go in, they go in. And you also honestly have people in real life that are driving like that. Michael Schumacher is the perfect example of that. He had several occasions where he almost caused major big accidents because people left him just a little room and he just went in, and they had to move, otherwise, you know, both cars would end up in a really bad crash. And in other sports, you know, in other versions of racing, in other classes, you also have racers like that will do that, and it's allowed, to be honest. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to be that aggressive. But it's super dangerous. In my opinion, it shouldn't be allowed. You should get disqualified. Like Schumacher almost, honestly, maybe even almost kill, you know, maybe, who knows if they would even survive the crash. Like after he came back to Formula 1, after he retired, and he came back, and then it was race in Suzuka, and I don't know which part of the race it was. Was it at the beginning or the end? There was a situation when he was after that long straight, and then you have that chicane. The Barrichello was in front of him and his former teammate, and he just Barrichello left him really small amount of space on the right, and Schumacher went into that, and Barrichello moved away in the last moment. If he didn't, they would have really bad crash, and Barrichello was super pissed, like super pissed about that. He wanted Michael to be disqualified for that. But yeah, you have people like in TCR or even in lower classes, you give them such a small amount of space and they will just go in and they will kill you, just like the AI in here. So you really have to pay attention to do that. If you don't have triplets, if you don't have VR, always use the radar, and if you have a VR, then it's kind of even harder for you if you go like more realistic and you don't want to use radar, or maybe it's even bothering you to have radar, I don't know. But then you really have to look at your mirrors, you really have to look at your mirrors then, because otherwise you can get killed very easily. Oh yeah, I can't drive. Oh my god, I forgot. Silly AI. Oh, come on. Which is the bot? I forgot the bot. Yeah, this stupid AI, I just can't take the corner when I assign him to drive. But it was too hard for Kunos to code in some kind of a, I don't know, like thingy, so that the AI cars, so you have some kind of screen, when you finish the race. Everything is hard for these guys. Yeah, okay, I'm so stupid. My time was 16, I'm not gonna look all of them. But yeah, still, you saw only the first 2 laps they did okay, and then did slower. So yeah, it kinda is like in Gran Turismo, then with this rubber band, but it's not happening always, so yeah. Got decent racing, yeah. My AI again went off track. Wow. Okay. Okay, they split the points, that's good for me. But no lag so far, that's really good. No, wrong one. I almost loaded the wrong setup. Okay. Yeah, this car feels really good. I like this car. I would say this one and Ginetta are the most fun to drive. Ginetta is more like slidier. And this one is more like stable, so I kind of prefer this one. But I also did Ginetta, if you watched my British GT4 Championship, like Ginetta Cup. It's really nice to drive, but in here I don't know. Like I also want to change it a little bit, not always drive the same car. Yeah, the Porsche is also nice. I also like the Porsche, but I also drove the Porsche already, so I decided to go with this one. I don't really like the heavy cars like BMW or I don't know. Like, I think Audi is also okay. I tried Audi a little bit. I think this is the hardest race, maybe. Well, let's show my ass to him. Yep. Let's see what he's going to do now. Oh, yeah. See, now when he did that, I don't think he should be doing that. Yeah, I don't think he should be doing that. Yeah, this car is not well optimized. See? Yeah, for my AI, for my Gran Turismo AI, this car just did something it shouldn't be doing. So normally, I think I need to nerf it because I don't want them to do that. I know most of you maybe think, you know, this is good, but trust me, if you just want a relaxed race, more like in Gran Turismo 7, when the AI is just, you know, somewhat better than Gran Turismo 7. This is a bit too much for me because I can't really trust them that they will, you know, if I could trust them, if the AI would be a little bit better, if they would see me better, if they would be more aware of me, then I would say, yeah, okay, let them be more aggressive, let them push my position and stuff like that. But I really can't trust them, you know, like, because they don't really see me. They only see me, like, briefly, and then they lose again, you know, where I am. So, yeah, I really don't like... It's easy to fix that, you know, I could just go into a car AI and just nerf this car a little bit, but, yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep it as it is. For the GT4s, but in GT3s I think I pretty much nerfed all of them. They're all the same. I prefer it that way. Because like I said, I just can't trust them. Yeah, this car is also a little bit slidey, you know, a little bit oversteery, but it is what it is. They're all a little bit like that. A nice bulk in here. Yeah. Not on my A game. But yeah. They split the points anyway, I don't have to win. Yeah. Everywhere. I really have to be also careful in here. Although I do have a traction control, it's really easy to spin in here. Because my traction control is limited to the speed, so... I don't know, if I drop too much in speed, the traction control won't even activate, so... Need to be careful. I'll just dive bomb in here and pass him, but... Too much on the wheel. Okay. Okay. These guys are more aggressive than the GT3s. I honestly prefer them not to be, because when I pass a car I want to get rid of him. I don't want him to push me anymore, because, you know, I'm running these short races and I just don't, you know, and it's also a personal preference. I just don't like it to race, you know, I'm not a real racer. did this for fun, you know, just for shit and giggles. I don't really want to race like in real life, you know, like you're gonna race, you know. I just want to win. I just want to go from the last place and win, which I'm not even gonna do here, so when I pass one car, I don't want him to harass me anymore. Yep, so slidey in here, but yeah, throttle input, gentle throttle input, and yeah, then it works. Also, yeah, if you guys are playing on a gamepad, try to get yourself a gamepad that you can modulate throttle, like PlayStation 5 gamepad or PlayStation 4, or I don't know, maybe even, I don't know, PlayStation 3 also should have original, yeah, something that has throttle modulation, because without throttle modulation you're really gonna struggle in this game. It's also important for brakes, but yeah, I would say throttle is more important probably than brakes. The ABS is doing quite a good job, but yeah, some cars they don't even have traction control, so you're really gonna be in trouble without gamepad that can modulate throttle. Uh-oh. What was I thinking here? I need to pass, let him pass, yeah. Those are near 3D trees. They don't look the best, but scareware. Yeah. I scared him a little bit. I faked I'm gonna go in. That's also something you can do. You can scare him a little bit. Sometimes he loses more time, sometimes less, but yeah, if you can't overtake, then you can at least fake one. Uh-oh, uh-oh. But yeah, see, if you dive bomb like this, slowly into him, he will see you and then he will move. And in my modification, he will move even more, because that's what I did. I put higher value for them to move, so not sure if he would move in vanilla AI. Yeah, see that? How could I nicely manipulate them? Yeah, you can't do that in Gran Turismo. In Gran Turismo, they're basically have, I think, even less awareness of you. It's hard to say. I only watched the videos, so maybe I'm wrong, but I've seen Gran Turismo there was a crash from when you get side to side to them. They often crash into you, so I don't know. But I do love this AI. Ah, she's gonna. Oh, my AI didn't go off track. Nice. So yeah, I basically 144 is my time, and they were doing 46, 45s. That was fine. Last lap, of course, they mess up. Yeah, I'm happy with this one. Okay, let's finish up so that the video doesn't take too long. I would normally let them drive, and but yeah, who's gonna watch that? Maybe on a track that is more fun to watch, like Bathurst or something, when they go through those corners. But anyways, the race is over, so they're driving slower because it's cool down laps. Nothing much to. They're still at 8 points. Wow. Oh my god, this is gonna be the easiest championship ever. And the hardest race in Brands Hatch in the end, and yeah. I already won the championship. And so far, no any stutters. That's good. But I always have a stutter in this track, always, at least a little bit. So we'll see. Would be great to not have it. Have to be careful on the start. I don't want. Yeah, the car wants to go to the left always. Sometimes it happens to me. I just end up in the grass. Yay! I did the proper start like a pro, and I almost messed up in here. Yeah, the brakes are just not great in these cars. And I'm so used to cars with better brakes. And I just don't wanna... I probably could improve the brakes, but... Well, let's not go too crazy with this is still not really a Gran Turismo. I mean, it would be pointless. Imagine even in Gran Turismo you have a GT4 Championship or TCR or something, and then you just, you know, do crazy stuff like that. Put like really strong brakes and come on. Yeah, that's, yeah, a little bit oversteer here and there. Be careful, but yeah, this is so much easier with the wheel, like to catch the car than with the gamepad, at least for me. But at first it was scary as fuck to drive with the wheel. I was so afraid, but now, after 3 months, I'm really starting to feel it. Can't even imagine how it is to drive with a really good direct drive wheel. Must be really, really good. Uh-oh, it's gonna block me. Yeah, GT4s, they have a little bit more better AI. They're like fight more for positions than GT3s. I kind of prefer GT3s better. But like I said, on short races and yeah. Don't like when they swerve. Look at this BMW, he's just swerving left and right. Because the car in front of him is slower than him and he's looking for a path or opportunity to overtake, but he just doesn't know how to do it because yeah, he's just not smart enough to provoke. Nah, can't be shitting me. Unless I want to get myself killed. Would be so cool if we could activate the rewind button, then we could do silly things. I mean, I know it's the same, but still, it would be really cool if all the sims would have it. Just to, you know, if you could activate it, not saying it should be like activated by default, but if you would want to, like, it could be something like a driving line. Like if you have driving line that you can activate if you really want to, then you can also activate the rewind button if you really want to. No! Not a GT3 car. I got how much? 5 seconds? Oh no. I'm not doing anything in here. This is the hardest race and I just talking too much, not driving much. Yeah, to win here I really have to drive a lot better than this. Where to lose these 5 seconds, man? Uh-oh. Well, there is only one place. Oh, this freaking Ginetta. Oh, it's in here, I need to lose 5 seconds. Yeah, 12 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna take podium if I can. I try to take podium. Yeah, I totally like messed up in here. But it's fine, last race. Not like we need a win here or anything like that. It's always nice to win though, but... Can we even get to the podium? That's... question. Oh no, the brakes. Would be cool. Have a little bit stronger brakes, but yeah. I mean, once you get used to the with this car, you don't even need it. Thing is, I'm just not used to this car anymore. I was driving GT3s and prototypes, hypercars lately, and yeah, this feels kind of lame now. Because I'm just that much ahead in my career. I'm kind of slacking with the videos. So plan is to pre-record. Okay. There it is. I don't think I would ever catch that with the gamepad. Ah, damn it. I think I'm gonna get the podium here, man. Yeah. Need to be like fully in the last lap. Yeah, we lost basically 1 lap because of that as a penalty. I would probably end up second then. I would pass these two guys. And... Look at my time! Even without the penalty, my first lap was 42. So okay, I guess they slow me down like that, but still, like 42, what the hell? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, short races, I can't really afford to have aggressive AI, because you can see just a little bit out of focus, and instead of first, you finish fourth. So yeah, it can easily happen, although I probably make it look easy when I win almost every time, but it's so easy to end up in the 5th place, or 4th place, or 3rd place even, and honestly, if you even finish 3rd place too many times, you're not gonna win the championship, so... yeah, it's not that easy as it may seem. But it's fine, I'm totally off the pace. I'm not driving as nearly as I should be driving this track, this car. I mean, even on other tracks I wasn't doing particularly good, so yeah. I'm more into GT3s at the moment. But yeah, I still have these 3 events, so it's European Championship that's left, that's this one, and then Japanese and American. We did American, what it's called, the panels, but it was just one make, so we still have like a full grid of other American cars like Chevy and Mustang and one more, can't remember which one it is. Okay, let's see. I had 38 is my time, let's be honest. Yeah, this guy was, see, this guy was doing 38s. And if I would get closer to him earlier, maybe the first lap he would do 38, but then his laps would be 39 and 40, 41. And then I would win, but yeah. This guy even had like 37, wow, okay. But yeah, even when the air is this good, look at this now. The 30 guy is already in 40s and the 4th place is 42s. This is something that is not great in this game. I noticed in PMR they're so close to each other. But yeah, even on lower difficulties they're so close to each other in terms of times. But not in here. Hey, PMR doesn't have road cars. Doesn't have that many cars. So. I also don't like really the tracks in there. They look kind of weird someone. Okay, let's see. Okay, 16 points. Should it thanks to me because I messed up this race. So it looks a little bit better in the end. Okay, that was it for the championship. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Like and subscribe, it helps the channel if you like the video, and yeah, have a good one. See you next time.